Hello everyone. Today is 29th of August. Now it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and this is a new video on my channel in which we will talk about few topics that are making headlines in Russian media outlets for this moment. Uh, Probably I am Levan Gudadze, former journalist, and quite possibly future journalist. If I succeed in my attempt to go back to my profession. So yeah, as I said, today is 29th of August, Monday. I couldn't make a video yesterday because I had to go to Moscow for some, personal stuff. And when I came home, I was too tired, man, and all I could do is to exchange opinions with the YouTube community in commentary sections of the political commentators that I'm watching and listening. So yeah. First of all, I will ask you to subscribe on my channel because without your help, it seems almost impossible for me to grow this channel and reach more people that are interested in politics and geopolitics in general, but particularly in news and viewpoints from Russia and from Russians. So yet again, please, if you can, subscribe on my channel and leave some commentary. I would love to exchange opinions. So yeah, today I'm on my balcony, so I can have some cigarettes, man. When I'm talking about topics that I choose to share with you. So let's start, man. First information that I like to talk today is that it seems like eventually experts from the um, International Atomic Energy IAEA will arrive to Zaporozhye nuclear power plant on this week. At least this is the statement that head of this international organization made. So let's wait and see, man. Of course, it's a good idea to bring some experts on this nuclear facility, so that international community will know what is going on there. That's firstly, and secondly, and that's even more important. This way, if experts from IAEA will visit and stay there for a while on Zaporozhye nuclear power plant, it's quite possible that Zelensky's regime will stop shelling this facility, at least for a time being, you know. And yet again, I mean, it's I do understand, and probably you are taking the same position that it's on its own. It's they're just too crazy, man. To that Zelensky's regime is shelling nuclear power plant. I mean, this is not a joke, man. If anything happens there, huge areas will be devastated by nuclear, by radiation. So maybe you don't know, but there are huge areas in Ukraine and Belarus that even nowadays, even now, it's prohibited for anyone to visit. And this is after tens of years that are passed from Chernobyl nuclear disaster. So it's unbelievable that Zelensky and his henchmen are taking that lightly. Hazardness of or dangers that are posing these disasters on nuclear power plants, or maybe it's exact opposite. They are new that if they provoke nuclear disaster, it will cause some huge informational storm and huge rise of Russophobia again, because West will definitely use this to demonize Russia, even though power plants are shelled by Zelensky's regime, by the Zelensky's regime. But and because of that, it's quite possible that Zelensky's regime will increase shelling of Zaporozhye nuclear power plant in next few days, in attempt to don't let IAEA experts went to visit this power plant. Anything is possible, man, when you are dealing with terrorists and Nazis that are in Ukrainian leadership right now. So it is what it is, man. But as a fact, if experts of this international organization, International Atomic Energy, will sorry, noise. If experts of IAEA succeed in visiting Zaporozhye nuclear power plant, that's of course gonna be some. At least that's gonna be a good development, because at least for time being, Zelensky's regime will stop shelling this facility, even though knew that experts are heading towards this facility. They will increase shelling of. They will probably increase shelling of power plant in next days, so that they will, in attempt to disrupt the visit. Yeah. So yeah, that's first news that I'd like to talk about, because it's it's probably interesting development for you too. Second news, and this is news of the last hour. Russian FSB just made a statement that they let me translate this for you, so that So Russian FSB has identified a member of the Ukrainian sabotage group who was preparing the murder of Daria Dugina. Probably you are informed about terrorist attack that took place a few days ago in close, you know, in Podmoskovia region, where Ukraine's SBU where terrorists that were sent by Ukraine's SBU did assassinate Russian journalist and political commentator Daria Dugina. So today there is new information that FSB had identified a person who was assisting Natalia Volk, a woman that was directly involved in assassination. And this person is Tsiganenko Bogdan Petrovich. I mean, Tsiganenko Bogdan, 1978 year. He was born in 1978, and he had entered Russia in 30th of June from Estonia. He left Russia before assassination, day before assassination of Daria Dugina. This person, this Tsiganenko Bogdan, had assembled a bomb that eventually Natalia Volk did use to used to attack. That was used in terrorist attack. As you know, they put a bomb under the car of Daria Dugina, and because of explosion of this bomb, Daria was killed. As time goes by, less and less doubts are that Ukrainian SBU was directly involved in this terrorist attack. And in my understanding, because of huge influence that US CIA and the British MI6 has on UK's leadership and UK's state institutions, including SBU, I'm quite sure that this terrorist attack was planned with together by CIA or MI6 and SBU. So I do blame USA and Great Britain in this terrorist attack. That's my personal opinion, and I'm pretty sure British and American secret services were directly involved in this terrorist attack that was implemented, or that was carried out by Zelensky's SBU. I do believe that Moscow should recognize Ukraine as a state sponsor of terrorism, and SBU as a terrorist organization, as well as VSU, because of their actions. I mean, they truly are terrorists. I mean, because SBU is carrying out terrorist attacks, not just on Ukrainian soil, but on soil of Russia, and probably to other states. And VSU, that's formally is Ukrainian army and forces. VSU are carrying out shellings of Zaporozhye nuclear power plant, which is nuclear terrorism. So, in my opinion, Russia has all rights to recognize SBU and VSU as a terrorist organizations, and Ukraine as a whole as a state of sponsor of terrorism, because this is true, man. So true must be recognized, you know. Yeah. So there are some more topics that we can talk about today. I did check media outlets before, like recently, and chose few topics that I do like to talk about. Yet again, let me remind you that if you can, please subscribe on my channel. That will be a great deal for me, and it will greatly help me and my channel to grow and reach people, reach audience that are truly interested in news from Russia and viewpoints of Russians. So yeah. Here we have information, that's RIA Novosti site. We have information that more than 50,000 soldiers will be involved in military drills, Vostok 2022. These military drills will take place in far east of Russia, and as you can see here, there's so much countries that are participating in one way or another. I will translate into this phrase for you, so we can even read it together. Operational command and control groups, military contingents, and observers of the CSTO, SCO, and other partner states will be involved one way or another in these drills. In particular, and there we have countries that are participating: Azerbaijan, Algeria, Armenia, Belarus, India, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, China, Laos, Mongolia, Nicaragua, Syria, and Tajikistan. So there we go, man. What Western elites were talking, like Russia is isolated, yeah? I mean, in their dreams maybe, man, but in reality, if anyone is isolated from the world, is West, man. Isolated is a too strong a word. I do understand that, but if we analyze what is going on in the world, I mean, it increasingly looks like because of inadequate politics of the Western states, uh, many, entire regions of this world are more and more, let's say, just a second, irritated. I mean, many countries are irritated by this inadequate behavior of the USA or Great Britain or EU member states, man. And it increasingly looks uh, like Western world is like isolating itself. I mean, at least distancing itself from rest of the world. You know, because no one truly understands or no one truly wants to take side of the Western countries. You know, some states in Latin America or Africa or even Southeast Asia maybe are under so much pressure from the West, from the USA, for example, that they have no chance to uh, openly oppose to Washington and London or Brussels. But in the politics, in the actual politics, they are definitely showing to entire world that they try to distance themselves. You know, uh, and for example, good example for this will be the oil trade. You know, um, everyone, not even one country says that they will outside of Western world. Not even one country said that they will impose some cap on the on Russian oil, or they will stop buying Russian oil, or they will stop do some business with Russia. Not even single state did say that, man. Outside of Western world, you know. Uh, I maybe it's quite possible that like states like Colombia or in Latin America that are under heavy influence of USA. I mean, that kind of states may say anything, but when it comes to real actions, we're gonna see a different picture. So yeah, let's go back to this information. As you see, many countries are participating in this military drills in one way or another. And in itself, man, this information is interesting because if you listen to Western propaganda, Russia don't have any army left, man. Almost, you know, like Russia did not have any tanks left, any armored personnel carriers left, any aviation left, artillery, you know. And if you listen Western propaganda, you may think that Russia is effectively done, but no, man. Just in these drills, 50,000, barely 50,000 soldiers will participate, and hundreds and thousands of tanks, armored personnel carriers, helicopters, planes, and you name it, you know. And here, in continuation of this information, you have news that Chinese contingent is already in Russia, and they will also participate in these military drills. That's kind of tradition. Chinese are more and more actively involved in in joint military exercises with Russia, and it's quite understandable. Both countries are under pressure of the Western world, and not just under pressure, but we can say that both countries are in war, in a war with Western states. You can call it Cold War, you can call it whatever you like, but what I'm seeing now is that entire West is in war with Russia. You know, And we can say same thing about China, even though with Russia, war is real. They are sending NATO states are sending military equipment to Ukraine, to Zelensky's Nazi regime. They are sending military personnel to Zelensky's Nazi regime, personnel that formally are in paid leave, but in reality they have given orders to go to Ukraine and exploit, use this military equipment that are sent to Zelensky, and to train forces that are loyal to Zelensky. So that's, in my understanding, that's direct involvement. Even if Russian officials don't say that, don't take that far, this topic. I mean, I'm not official, and I'm saying I'm gonna stay true to my opinions, and you know, and my point of view. So, in my understanding, West is in war with Russia. So, China and Russia, I mean, both countries have every reasons that to become more and more entangled in not just economic activities, but in political and military sides too. You know, because West is a threat to both of these countries, a real direct threat. You know, no other country or no other group of countries is threatening Russia or China, really. But Western world, I mean, NATO member states, let's say this way, they really are a threat to Russia and to China. So Moscow and Beijing should do everything in their power to neutralize this threat. So I think this information is, I mean, quite interesting. Uh, so yeah, let's see what else, man. Let's see what else. Hmm. Here we have news that I mean, that's quite interesting, really. Um, Turkey is not happy that Greece did use Russian-made S-300 air defense systems to track Turkish F-16 fighters in some kind of exercises that they were taking. This happened on 23rd of August, as I understand. Yes, and now Turkey is asking NATO to deal with this subject. And I mean, when it comes to conflict between Turkey and Greece, I'm gonna be honest, man. I will always be on Greece side, man. No matter what, I do understand, and everyone knows that. Right now, Greece and Russia had not ideal relationships. Greece is supporting all anti-Russian, almost all anti-Russian actions that these animals in Western elites are taking. Almost all, because I did read like yesterday or the day before that Greece will issue visas to Russian citizens as like like it was doing before. So there will be no restrictions, but when it comes to economical sanctions and other stuff, I mean, Greece is always, sadly, almost always is in full support of these animals in Western elites, and you know it's even painful to see that because I mean I always saw Greece as a friendly state, man. Because Greece people are, I mean, are brothers, man. I mean, in Orthodox world, we it's usual stuff to take other Orthodox nations as your brotherly nation. That's how we see each other. Uh, so as I said, I will always will be on Greece side when it comes to conflict with between Greece and Turkey. And this story is, I mean, particularly interesting because not just Greece operating Russian air defense systems like S-300, Turkey itself operating Russian air defense system. Even though Turkey has S-400, which is a better, improved version of air defense systems, but still, man, S-300 is a very much capable system, and if Greece wants to shut down Turkish jets, man, they will, with the S-300 air defense systems, Greece effectively can shut down sky for Turkish Air Force in radius of 300 kilometers, man. That's how good these air defense systems are, man. So that's interesting stuff, man. I hope this issue will be resolved in a diplomatic way because these two countries do have some harsh history. They did fight many times in past, even though both countries are members of NATO. But it is what it is, man. So yeah, that's a strange story, man. Turkey is complaining that Greece did use Russian air defense system when they are using Russian air defense systems too, man. I mean, what the fuck, one may say. So yeah, here we have another news. One of the leaders of the Brussels officials, I mean, non-elected officials. I mean, who are these people, man? Who rules in the EU, man? No one vote for them, no one give them any right to decide what should European states do or not do, man. At least people did not do that, But anyway, Joseph Borrell, this fucking animal, it said that, I mean, he's like, he said that EU will not support a full ban of issuing visas to Russian citizens. So let me translate it let me use Google Translator. But yeah, I mean, no, that's different stuff, man. Just a second, please. So let's read this, man. Complete ban on issuing visas for Russians will not receive support in the EU. That's what Joseph Borrell is saying. Now, I'm not sure that that's what eventually gonna happen because too many states in the EU are talking about issuing ban to impose ban on visas for Russian citizens, but at least someone in Brussels do understand that all these stories is just looks like big that this idea is looks like a big xenophobic story, man. How they gonna sell it to society? You know, in one hand they are talking about some mm, respect to minorities, or to respect some human rights. In one hand they are talking about some about human rights. I mean, for God's sake. Man. On one hand they are talking about human rights, respect, and the rest of it. And in other hand they are banning Russians to enter Europe just because they are Russians. I mean, that's incredibly xenophobic uh, stuff in itself, man. You know, and someone in you probably does understands that's in the world we see these actions of EU as xenophobic actions, man. So that's why they are issuing statements that there will be no full-scale ban on Russian citizens and stuff like that. But I don't believe European officials for a second, because they are, you know, what these animals are, man. So yeah, now we did talk about some news. I hope you will take these topics interesting that we just discussed. And yeah, what else, man? Let me once again check news. Yeah, probably this is it for now. We did talk about like 3, 4, 5 news topics that are making headlines in Russian media outlets for this moment. And before the end of this video, I would like to ask you again to subscribe on my channel, leave some commentary, because truly, man, I love to exchange, be involved in exchange of opinions. We may agree or disagree on certain topics, but I'm always for open dialogue. And yeah, man, I do, you know, I'm thinking about idea to make this channel and myself to make this channel to take these channels more seriously that I was initially thinking about, because when I start English language videos, I was only thinking to like to use my free time in some better ways, and to exercise my English, because you can see that my English is, I mean, not that good that it was a long time ago, man. But I'm trying. So I will, if I see that people are interesting in this channel, in my point of view, I mean, then of course that's a stimul for me to improve, and to take this little project more professionally. Let me see that way. So Please, if you can consider, if you can subscribe on my channel, leave some comments. And one more thing that in commentary sections, once I upload video, in commentary sections I will write some news that will be, will make headlines in that day before next video. So you can check commentary sections too and read some news there. And yes, I was thinking to talk about one topic too, man. I just forget what was that. You know. Yes, and one thing is that in few days' time I have to go back to work. As you know, I'm on my summer holidays now. I had 2 weeks paid leave. Uh, in USA, you may be surprised, but in Russia and other states, including some European states, we have 4 weeks of paid leave every year. So we can take like 1 week holiday, then 1 week holiday, then 2 weeks holiday if you want to. And the companies that we are work for had to pay uh, full wage for this time, and that's why we call it paid leave. So I'm on my paid leave, and in a few days' time, on 3rd of September, I had to go to work. And I was thinking about this YouTube channel, and for now, man, I'm scared that I may not be allowed to do videos every day, man, because after long hours of work, to come home and then do videos, man. I'm gonna try, man. I'm gonna try at least. Because I'm really fully in for making this channel is interesting for you. And in future, as you know, I'm a journalist by profession. I Since 17 years, man, I'm in journalism. Even though after I had encountered huge problems with Saakashvili's regime in Georgia because of my journalistic activities, and um, what was caused that me and my family we left Georgia and ended up in Russia. Um, you know, After all that story, I did distance myself from journalism, but of course, I spent so many years in this profession. So I love to go back to my profession and do stuff that are interesting for me. You know, and one way to do it is to like make this YouTube channel, um, to improve this YouTube channel and to make more and more videos and talk about stuff that are really interesting for me, because somehow it feels like I'm not in the journalism yet, but I'm at least getting closer to it, man. So yeah, instead of September, I had to go to work, and my work has nothing to do with journalism, sadly. But I'm gonna try to make some videos, man. I will definitely try, and I hope I will have your support, man. Anyway, thank you for your time. Yet again, if you can, please subscribe on my channel, leave a comment, and let's have an exchange of opinions, man. Take care. You know. Thank you for your time yet again, and bye for now. Take care.